Peace and blessings, my African people. This is General Kenyatta on part 3 of my poetry. But before I begin, I want to open up, and I like to end anything that I have to say or do with the reminder to our people, we're at war. I want to begin part 3 of my poetry, which is entitled A Story Never Told, which is equally entitled A History Recap. I want to dedicate what I'm doing right now to the black websites and the brothers who are out there dedicating their lives to our restoration and our reclamation in terms of who we are as a people. And so I send this out to Africa.com. That's AFRAKA.com. I'm equally sending out this to RBG2 and to Brother Delani at Harambe Radio, The Talking Drum, to Brother Deruba bin Wahad in Ghana, as well as to my elder over at Desti.com by the name of Chief Elder Osiris. Because you see, we have an obligation to support one another, the black sites and the brothers who are about the reclamation and restoration of who we are as a people, who have dedicated their lives to the awakening of our children. Okay? And this list will undoubtedly grow longer as this series goes on, that I will have entitled You Got Me Fired Up. So I'm going to start this off with this poem entitled History Recap that goes straight into A Story Never Told. So if you don't know, now is the time for you to grow. In 1670 BC, history rang true. Our ancestors were invaded by Hyksos, but they called them Haribu. Hyksos became Haribu and Haribu Hebrew, but in the times that we live, they're simply called Jews. There were colonies of lepers that our people locked within, savages filled with disease, marked by their white skin. Asarsif, the priest, was sent out to reach them, to civilize and preach, to school and to teach them. His job was serious and no bed of roses. And so a lie was born through a myth they call Moses. He had 142 commandments, but he could only give them 10. Yet it was enough for them to make the conspiracy begin. A conspiracy to change us, to make history rearrange us, to the point where they've truly almost deranged us. We've been given a Bible and a Quran to begin, but our books go back further if we ever look within. So name me any ancient philosopher, mathematician or scientist, doctor or prophet or skilled astronomist, and name me a land, be it Rome or Greece, Europe, China, and India, to say the least. And I'll show you the place where they all came to sip, to steal, beg, and borrow from our land we call Kemet. But Kemet wasn't our beginning, though many think it true. For Kemet was just a colony of our people in Anu. Our lands were infiltrated, character assassinated in religious writings that others have designated. So where are our writings, being that we were the first of Netta's holy creation placed down on this earth? For long before a Bible or a Holy Quran, our people had spiritual writings that reach back to the dawn of time and an era of bliss before any known races on this earth would exist. Where are our books that's been stolen by crooks, placed in religious doctrine, so that others may look. They even tried to please us by giving us a white Jesus, who was Michelangelo's relative, painted to deceive us, never knowing that our people unto life we all gave would one day be disrespected and shackled as slaves. So off to America, where all must behold, as I do my next poem called A Story Never Told. In the beginning, we were born or placed into this land. We're the original, the master molder of all man. Yes, we are black, and now you know that there could be no doubt that from our culture, other nations soon would come about. Now let me break down a second so that you can see how others perpetrate our truth as their reality. From engineering, agriculture, architecture to medicine and mathematics, just to name a few of the little things people like to claim. They took away our credit, then they signed their names. But the truth, my friend, is something that we'll always own, because our people left a message written in the stone. They did astronomy, the charting of the planets and stars. They built the pyramids of Kemet, but that's not all. And so I'm very glad to see that rappers are splitters. They're breaking down the doers from the born quitters. Because some like to talk while others like to preach, and some are perpetrating garbage while others teach us our history not to be forgot. We're living in an age when the world is shot, out on drug abuse that has no use. We're killing one another claiming we got juice. But there's no need to perpetrate or wear no gold. You don't need no Adidas, because you got soul. So take the money off your feet, the boogie out your behind, because we need to feed the babies and nourish our minds. To this reality that's killing you and me, perpetrating other cultures, claiming that we're free. But like the superstitious story of a man on a cross, we've got to resurrect our children, or our future is lost. And so the poor pay the price, and the price is the poor, in overcrowded jailhouses, yet they're locking up more. Because we all have a verdict, and the verdict's the same: to create new employment in America's game. So tell me, when will men begin to open their eyes and see through this political courthouse disguise? You gamble with your life, you lose your kids and your wife, while the system's killing you with an invisible knife. You gamble with your soul, you lose your self-control. You try hard to maintain what you cannot hold. For no longer is a man judged by his name in this socio-political courthouse game. Peace. And we still are at war.